It was around about the time of the publication of Howard Staunton's Chess Player's Companion in March 1849 that he was greeted by a gentleman from Central Europe who informed him that he was in England and he wanted to make it his home. He wanted to be a member of the Westminster Chess Club and he needed a place to stay until he figured out how it would be best to get his wife and children over to the UK. And well, Staunton had no problem at all in signing him into the Westminster Chess Club. Indeed, he was very hospitable. He suggested that the gentleman stay with him at his house in Lansdowne Road, Notting Hill Gate, North London. And of course, the gentleman jumped at the opportunity, Staunton thinking that this arrangement would only last, maybe a week or two. And it went a couple of weeks and the gentleman had made no reference at all to his wife and children. So Staunton thought, I'll press him on it. And he did. And he felt a wee bit guilty because the gentleman said, well, these things take time, don't they? As I'm sure you can appreciate. And of course, Staunton had to say, well, yes, they do, old boy. Yes, quite naturally, they do, yes. That's fine, you go ahead and take your time. So Staunton left it, but thought to himself, I'll press you again in a couple of weeks and see what the situation is. So a couple of weeks went by and there was no word about his wife and his children. And so Staunton thought to himself, well, I'll leave it another couple of weeks and then I want a definite answer. So he did leave it a couple of weeks and he did get his answer. The gentleman explained, I have no wife and I have no children. So how did Howard Staunton react to this revelation? Well, he wasn't best pleased. How did he say it? How did he put it to him? He said quite simply and bluntly, you are an ingrate of the basest stamp, a serpent, sir. Now, this Stauntonian concoction may or may not be true. Many believe it to be true. What do you think? What do I think? Well, it's quite an interesting tale, isn't it? Staunton was a great raconteur, and it's anecdotal evidence, and you can either choose to believe it or disbelieve it. But do watch out for some studies coming along from that very publication, the first edition of the Chess Player's Companion, and I hope you enjoy them, as I hope you've enjoyed this.